Next year's iPhone 18 decision could be really challenging for practically everyone. It's the time of year when Apple finalizes many critical features regarding next fall's flagship iPhone lineup, and fresh reports indicate the iPhone 18 series could present an exceptionally tough upgrade decision for practically all users. Up until relatively recently, the iPhone lineup kept very stable. It's been limited to 4 new models every year, and for years those models have been straightforward: 2 standard versions in varying sizes, plus 2 Pro models in differing sizes. But next year, speculations indicate there are huge lineup changes planned. In fall 2026, Apple is only slated to sell 3 iPhone models: iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, iPhone Fold, or iPhone Ultra, if Apple deems it so. Then the following spring, 3 additional models will follow. This new release timetable, together with the introduction of a new high-end foldable device, could create a very tough decision for practically everyone. And now, some users have had a small taste of that problem with Apple's latest iPhone 17 series. iPhone Air marked the start of a new model conundrum. In recent years, it's been quite easy for people to choose their iPhone model. Yet this year, Apple stirred things up by replacing iPhone Plus with iPhone Air, which the firm promotes as having the power of Pro. iPhone Air sales allegedly haven't been spectacular, but it did win over lots of usual iPhone Pro users, myself included. I typically buy a Pro model, but this year's selection was considerably harder, and I decided went Air instead. Next year, though, I anticipate even more iPhone upgraders will face a similarly tough option. iPhone 18 series could present tough upgrade decision for many. Regardless of the iPhone model you generally buy, next year's decision won't be so simple. If you regularly buy the base iPhone model, what happens next autumn when there is no base option? Do you buy a more expensive iPhone 18 Pro instead, or wait in the hopes of a cheaper option later on? If you bought and love the iPhone Air, next fall there won't be an Air 2 to upgrade to quite soon. Sure, most iPhone owners don't buy new phones every year, but the Air has a distinct attraction among early adopters, the exact kind of users who do upgrade annually. What about iPhone Pro users? Normally they might have an easy decision, since new 18 Pro models will be offered, except there's the problem of Apple's first foldable model. The more reports emerge regarding the foldable, the more inclined I am to think Apple will utilize iPhone Ultra branding for the device. If that proves true, I envision numerous of Pro users being enticed by the foldable. Lots of individuals choose Pro because they just want the best possible iPhone. iPhone Ultra would be hard to resist not only for its name, but also for having the biggest screen, possibly the best battery life, and other unique form factor advantages such as enhanced iOS 27 multitasking. Intel is anticipated to begin supplying some Mac and iPad CPUs in a few years, and the latest rumor indicates the cooperation might extend to the iPhone. In a research note with investment company GS Securities this week, seen by McRumors, analyst Jeff Pugh stated he and his colleagues now expect Intel to finalize a supply arrangement with Apple for at least certain non-Pro iPhone CPUs starting in 2028. The non-Pro iPhone processors would be made utilizing Intel's upcoming 14A technology, according to Pugh. The research note did not disclose any further details about these prospective intentions, but based on the mentioned timescale, Intel might start supplying Apple with the A22 chip for handsets like the iPhone 20 and iPhone 20e in roughly 3 years from now. Importantly, there is no evidence that Intel would play a part in designing the iPhone chips, with its contribution believed to be purely confined to fabrication. Apple would continue to design iPhone chips, while Intel would start to handle a lesser percentage of manufacturing alongside Apple's principal chipmaker TSMC. Last month, Apple supply chain expert Ming-Chi Kuo stated he expected Intel to begin supplying Apple's lowest-end M-series CPU for select Mac and iPad models as early as mid-2027. For this, Kuo said Apple wants to adopt Intel's 18A technology, which is the earliest available sub-2 nanometer advanced node manufactured in North America. Intel delivering Apple-designed, ARM-based chips would differ from the era of Intel-based Macs, which used Intel-designed processors with x86 architecture. Apple negotiating a chip supply contract with Intel would enhance its reliance on an American manufacturing industry and assist to diversify its supply chain. if you followed iPhone rumors for years, and yet the iPhone 18 may see a little shakeup to this same pattern. According to ET News, Apple plans to release the Pro versions and iPhone Fold in September 2026, but hold back the basic model until a spring 2027 debut alongside the iPhone 18e. Presumably, the objective is to force more people into purchasing the Pro models, although it's surely a gamble given the continued popularity of the basic model. At this moment, it's not apparent where the next edition of the iPhone Air fits in all of this. Pricing is absolutely up in the air too. Despite worries about the impact of tariffs upon pricing, the base iPhone 17 retained the same $799 price point as the iPhone 16, while the Pro model only gained $100 to start at $1,099, which was unusual given the iPhone 17 Pro Max was steady at $1,199. 14. iPhone 18 Performance. Apple has employed 3nm chips in its flagship smartphones since the introduction of the A17 chipset with the iPhone 15 Pro, but it looks that the company will make the leap to 2nm chips with the iPhone 18's A20. The benefits of a smaller chip are enormous. A 2nm device packs more transistors into a smaller space, enhancing performance while reducing power consumption, which can have a huge influence on battery life. Based on recent generational increases, we could be looking at a processor that's 15% faster and 30% more efficient than the A19. It's early days for iPhone 18 speculations, and there are still an awful lot of spaces to fill. All the same, there are legitimate causes for excitement. The change to 2nm CPUs might bring a major gain to performance and battery life, while the introduction of a variable aperture on the Pro models could be a big boon for photographers. The expected move of the basic iPhone 18 into 2027 is a gamble, however. If Apple is only offering phones that cost over $1,000 in September, and maybe as much as $2,000 for its first foldable, then an awful lot of potential purchasers are going to be priced out of their typical upgrade route. With the gap between basic and Pro iPhones diminishing in recent years, it will be intriguing to see what kind of features Apple will be employing to attract customers who would ordinarily pick for the cheaper model. We'll know more over the following months as the various models take shape. So let us know your thought in the comment section. Then we'll see you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Peace out and goodbye.